Okay, a bit bored today because it's a non-ski day. It's snowing quite heavily up the mountain, so I thought I would do a quick video about motorhoming in the winter. So this is the pointy end of our motorhome that I'm looking at now. You can't really see that well, but you may see that we've got a blanket covering the dashboard. We've also got ski bags and other material blocking up the footwell. And we've also closed all of the ventilation vents as well on the dash, otherwise you do get a bit of draft coming through. The critical thing is this little baby here, which is a very efficient little boiler for both hot water and warm air heating. And although it's, well, let's see, it's about -2 out there at the moment. And we're a nice comfy little 18 degrees Celsius. So providing you've got enough gas to keep that going, and providing you've got a reasonably well insulated van, plus you've got your water supply, which is underneath that bench there, and your wastewater within the heated part of the environment, and you've got enough gas to keep heated, then you should be fine. You're not going to freeze up and you're not going to freeze to death. Okay, outside, slightly different matter. You'll notice that we have a little temporary step there, and next to that you'll notice that we have a bucket. What are these? We already have an electric step, but that can freeze up, so better not to use that in case it freezes up in the extended position, then you can't really drive. So we have this little temporary step. Equally, the drain valve for the waste tank can also freeze up, so it's better to actually leave it open and just drain directly into a tank. It's much easier to get an ice block out of a bucket than it is to try and thaw your waste valve. You've also noticed we've levelled up on ramps and we've chocked the ramps. That's important because we can actually then take the handbrake off, because otherwise possibly the handbrake can freeze. This has been known. We've also got snow tyres, and of course we carry snow chains. We also have this silver screen which fits, let me just tidy that up, which fits across the windscreen and basically equilibrates the windscreen so that you don't get any condensation at all on the inside of the windscreen, which is wonderful. Often people carry a generator as well, although we don't use a huge amount of electricity. The warm air fan that drives the hot air around the van, that also that draws quite a lot of power, about 3 amps an hour, so we generally do plug in when we can. You notice actually we've got the electricity lead lifted. That's because it can get frozen into icy solid ground if you've been here for more than a few days, and then you have to chip it out with a hammer and chisel, which is unfortunate. Now this is our first campsite of the season, and we are in a little village called Petnoy, which is near St Anton in Austria. And this is a bit of a luxury site, to be honest, and I'll show you why. Because next to our van is this little wooden hut, and inside the wooden hut is a rather glorious little boiler, utility sink for washing up, stuff for storage, towel dryers, and a fabulous little shower, and toilet and vanity sink and so on. Heater, place for the drying hair and so on and so forth. So this is very luxurious.